A recent investigation by the Bureau of Investigative Journalism has discovered that the Pentagon spent $500 million at making fake jihadist videos for public distribution. Now, they found out that the money went to a UK PR firm, Bell Pottinger, known for its array of controversial stuff in the past, including stuff for the Saudi government and Chilean dictator Augusto Pinochet's foundation. That's right, the U.S. government has been found, particularly this case, the Pentagon, has been found creating fake jihadist videos for the purpose of public distribution. Now, the whole Bell Pottinger operation started soon after the invasion of Iraq by coalition forces to promote a democratic elections. In other words, to justify the invasion of Iraq, which itself was based on a lie. They're claiming that there were connections to 9/11, claiming that there were connections to bin Laden, which were completely false. Now, the firm created television ads showing Al-Qaeda in a negative light, trying to make them look bad, as well as creating content to make it look like the footage of Al-Qaeda was coming from Arabic television, even though it actually wasn't. So now you start to see a bit of how they got the idea that the whole Arab world was against the United States. Oh, look, they're putting it on television, Al-Qaeda and Al-Qaeda programs on television, when they were actually made by a UK firm with money from the United States. Now, what the crews would do is they would go out and they would film bombings with really low quality cameras and then edit up the footage to make it look like it was actually coming from Arab TV, or that it was actually coming from people on the ground in areas where Al-Qaeda was active, and making it appear as though it was made by them, which is ridiculously dishonest. And then they would take the footage and edit it together to make it look like a news program from the Middle East, when it in fact actually wasn't. It was created by a PR firm. So they had magnified the size and scope of Al-Qaeda purely for the purpose of promoting a positive stance towards the invasion of Iraq. Now, they also the same firm created Al-Qaeda propaganda videos, which were then planted by the military in homes that they raided. So they went and made fake Al-Qaeda videos and then put them in the homes of people they raided. Well, guess what happened to those people afterwards? I'm going to guess they were probably arrested and detained by the United States military that had just burst into their home. I'm going to say probably that's very likely. So they were planting evidence on people, essentially. Now, here's a little bit more about those videos. The videos were created to play on Real Player, which needs an internet connection to run. The CDs were embedded with a code linking to Google Analytics, which allowed the military to track IP addresses that the videos were played on. So in order to try and catch terrorists or track terrorists, because only a terrorist would actually click on the video, right? I mean, that's complete nonsense. It's the internet. It will go viral. It probably went all over the Middle East and a great deal in Western countries as well, people who went looking for those types of videos. So you plant a fake video on somebody and probably use that to ruin their life, and then you have it spread deliberately to make it to try to get the IPs of people who were involved in terrorism, which I'm going to say probably didn't work, because as the internet, the video would have gone absolutely everywhere. And all of it magnifying the seriousness and magnifying the actual strength of Al-Qaeda in order to scare the population. I mean, this is pretty transparent right here. Now, the Pentagon does admit that the PR firm did work for the Information Operations Task Force, but they claim that the information they produced was truthful. That's their exact words, truthful. So there's no telling what that really means. Now, why did they use an independent PR firm to do this and risk a leak, which certainly did happen? Well, you see, U.S. law prohibits the production of propaganda on its population. That's right. If this was actually done by the United States government and not outsourced to a private company, LOL free market, it would be illegal. And there would be charges pending, theoretically. And this is why they used an outside company for this content. So here we have the US government being exposed as essentially creating pro-jihadist propaganda to not only try to whip up more anti-American sentiment, but actually to try to scare populations into thinking the threat of terrorism is greater than it is. And this is one really interesting piece of news, and one that's probably not going to make it into the mainstream media. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.